Hello students, I am recording this video to help you with your CER assessment for the ending of the Telltale Heart. So what we're going to do right now is show you how to go through Canvas to get to your assessment. So the first thing I always say is to go to the modules. So that continues today. So click on modules. Notice that we're in module 7, so I have collapsed all my modules to make my life easier. We're in 7, tone and suspense, because that's what we've been working on. We're going to scroll down because we're in step 5, right? But look up here. We have other stuff to help you. Step 1, if for some reason you forgot your text, here it is, text and audio. And then let's go to step 5. Okay, step 5, evaluating. This is where you're going to want to be. I'm going to point out this tool for you, CER Review. Mr. Presley and I have put together all these tools for you to use. At this point, you should be well versed in writing a CER. You should look to these tools before raising your hand. We want you to try to find the answers for yourself because that creates more learning. Unless you struggle to find things out for yourself, you're not going to remember how to do these things on your own. So first, you should already have your suspense notes, but I do want to point out that Mr. Presley made this nice version of teacher's notes for you. There's a Spanish, and then there's also an English if you hit the tab and go to the English version. That should pop up right here. And these have all the notes for you. Super helpful. As always, you can double screen your iPad. I should also add right now, if you don't have a piece of paper and a pencil, you should get one so you can take notes during this video. So pause me and get a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, so now you have those teacher notes. Look down here. You have scaffold, claim practice, evidence practice, reasoning. It's all here, guys. You also have an example of a 4 and a 1 score response, so you know what I'm looking for. There's a video on how to submit your doc to Canvas. There's a video on how to set up MLA format. And there's a video on how to write a CER. Everything you need in the world is right here. This actually is more than enough information for you. So if you don't think you need it, don't use it. But it's all here. So if you're like, what? How do I do that again? Look here. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go back to where we were before. So I'm going to go back to modules, and it should pop me right back in 7. I'm going to give it a second. It's thinking. And there we are. Okay, so I'm going to go back down to 5. And here we are. I'm in exam, step 5, evaluating. That's what we're working on today. Exam. I say that because it is an assessment. It's an assessment grade. So let's click on this. This is what you're going to be doing today. Read all the directions. I have had so many students say, I don't know where the final draft link is. It's literally right here. On your iPad, you might have to scroll down a second, and that's okay. So don't give up. Scroll. Look for information. Your prompt is right here. You're going to write 2 CERs on how Edgar Allan Poe uses elements of suspense to create a frightening tone. Okay? As always, I want you to break down this prompt. I'm not going to do it for you, but there is a module in Canvas to help you break down a prompt if you need to. It's important. Here's your final draft link. Before I click on that, I want to tell you this is completely open note. You have your step 1, your step 2, your story, your step 3. Yeah, a lot of you even have that awesome one-pager. I saw so many of them. They're amazing. You can use all those notes, and you should. If you did step 3 really well, you should be able to just paste that or write it in here. That should be your rough draft. I'm telling you, these are set up for you so that you can do it well. If you annotated your Telltale Heart well, you should have all that here. So, without further ado, we're going to see what we got to do. We have to make a copy of the final draft. We have to rename our paper. So I'm going to copy that. I'm like, okay, let's do that. Click, click. Set your paper in MLA format and then write your final draft. All right, that seems easy enough. Oh, look, here's some sentence stems. Wow, gosh, Mr. Presley and Miss Fields are amazing. They give us so much stuff. You can say that to us if you want. So I'm clicking on the link. Would you like to make a copy? Yeah, please. If you're not in Google Docs, I highly recommend it. Click Google Docs, bam. So first thing I'm going to do is name my document as instructed. And then I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, here's the prompt. Miss Fields asked me to break it down, so I'm going to do that first. I'm not going to give you the answers, guys. Then we have given you an introductory paragraph. this basically has your mega claim in it, right? So, from the first line to the last heartbeat, Edgar Allan Poe knows how to make readers feel uneasy. In his short story, The Telltale Heart, Poe tells the chilling tale of a narrator who insists he is sane while confessing to a terrible crime. Poe builds suspense, sense of tension that keeps readers on edge. By using the two elements of suspense, blank and blank, Poe creates a frightening tone that reveals the narrator's madness. Excellent. What you have to do, dear students, is tell me what elements of suspense you want to use. So you're going to find your elements of suspense notes, and you're going to do element 1 here, and you're going to do element, whoops, it helps if I can spell today, 2 here. And then you'll go down here and start writing. So here's your claim for your first CER, right? So CER 1, you're going to say, Poe uses element 1 to create a frightening tone by, and then here's some evidence. And then here's some reasoning. And that's your CER. And then what goes here? And I'm going to do this because this makes my life easy. Look, bam. Then I'm going to say, okay, they said 2 CRs, right? Additionally, Poe uses to create a frightening tone by, sorry guys, sorry. And then here's your blah, 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 blah. And then here's your evidence, blah, 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 blah. Poe 4. And then here's your reasoning. And then you need a conclusion. So you can see how this is laid out, right? You've got, this is your introduction, which you're using from us. This is your super well-formatted CER about element 1. This is your super well-formatted CER about element 2. Bam. It's that easy. That is your instruction. If you need to watch this again, please do so. But I also encourage you to take notes while you watch it so you don't forget. And last but not least, please look up all this stuff. I know you guys can do it. Have confidence, trust yourself, and please make me proud. You got this.